Hey guys, it's Christy. I am here with the first installment in my Valentine card series. The Christmas card series went so well and I got such a great response, so I hope you guys are really going to enjoy this. All the cards I'm going to be making in this series will be going to the St. Jude's Valentine card drive that Winter Sims hosts every year. She'll have that post up on January 1st, so I will link it in the description bar below as soon as it's up. And it's such a great cause. She collects handmade cards for all the kids at St. Jude's, and my kids and I participate every year, and I would highly recommend, that you stamp a few extra cards this year and send them off to her and make some kids' Valentine's Day really special. So anyway, let's get to our card. Today I'm going to be using this paper pad by Lily B Designs. It's called We Are Family. I showed this in a previous haul video. It's just got a great kind of bold but slightly muted color palette for winter. And I'm going to be using the Lawn Fawn Stitch Journaling Tags die and the Lawn Fawn Love You Ton stamp set and the coordinating die set. I've gone ahead and stamped out a whole bunch of elephants so I can use those on some other cards. But today we're just going to be using 4 of them, so I'll set the rest aside. And I'm using some Lake House Blue cardstock from W+9, and I've gone ahead and folded that into a standard top folding A2 size card. So we're going to start out by taking our strip of pattern paper here, and we're going to adhere that to the front of our card base. And I always check my pattern when I'm about to adhere it. I like the more brighter print of the red, so I'm going to make sure that I adhere the red first, and then I can trim off the excess at the top rather than adhering this and then trimming off the red at the bottom. So I'll just use my grid mat to go ahead and line that up over to the right. We can turn it over and trim off the excess. These cards are supposed to be general for the St. Jude's Drive because they can't differentiate whether they're going to boys and girls. So I'm trying to keep not only the reds for Valentine's Day, but also the blues in there so that it'll be good for either gender. I've got a panel here that has like a subtle stripe that I've cut out with that Lawn Fawn Stitch Journaling Tags die. And we're going to go ahead and adhere some of these elephants. I'm just going to take some Tombow Mono Multi for that. So we'll start with this little guy near the bottom. What's great about the Tombow is that it gives you a little bit of time to maneuver before you press it into place. And we'll take our little pink one. I did one pink elephant just for some interest. We'll go ahead and put him on there. Building our elephant tower. And then we'll take our last little guy. He gets to sit on the top of the heap. So there we go. That's how that's looking so far. Super cute. Okay, now I'm going to take the stamp set and I'm going to do something I have never done before and I really don't like to do, and that is I'm going to cut my sentiment apart. As you can see, the sentiment is in a strip and I want it to go up and down, and there is enough room in there to go ahead and cut those apart. I know some of you are probably cringing, and I would be too. I normally would never do this. But I've been talking with some crafty friends of mine on Facebook who do it all the time, and I decided I would just go ahead and try it. At least it's one of the cheaper stamp sets if I totally screw it up. But hopefully not. And there's no reason to, really. You just want to grab the stamp, stretch it out just a tiny bit in between where you're going to make that slit, and then go ahead and cut and make sure that you do not get any of the words. And then you can go ahead and line those up in the arrangement that you want. I'm just using the grids on my block to get that straight. Okay. I'm going to grab a piece of scrap paper and do a test stamping to make sure that that's going to be okay. I'm just taking my Memento Tuxedo Black ink. And I'll test that out and see if I need to make any adjustments. And that looks just about right. So I'm going to line that up again and see where I want that. Okay, perfect. Now I'm just going to take the heart in this set, and I'm going to put that on a small block. And I'm going to take some Memento Morocco ink. I tested some out and it seemed like a good match for the red that's in our pattern paper. So I'm just going to take that and ink up that little heart. And I think I'm just going to do like a sprinkling of hearts. You don't want to put on any embellishments that may come off and be a choking hazard for the kids. So stamping, little hearts like that is a good way to add a little bit of embellishment to your card without using buttons or wood veneers or anything like that that we might normally use for adults. I think we're going to go for maybe 5 hearts. Do one more down here. And maybe 2 more up here. Okay, that looks good to me. I don't want to get carried away, so I'm going to go ahead and stop there. Another thing that's important for the St. Jude's card drive is not to make any cards that mention, get well soon or being sick at all. You want to give these kids a break from thinking about their illnesses. So just, a love message or a silly message, a joke is a great idea for the kids' cards. So anything like that is appreciated. And it's looking a little blank over here. So I'm wondering if there's something I can do. I'm going to flip through my paper here and see if I can't find a couple strips and maybe make a couple flags. Take that one. The navy will be a nice contrast. Okay. I'm just going to cut these into a little banner shape. There's one. There's 2. Alright, and then we'll just see how those look. They're going to definitely need to be shorter. I think something like that. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere those together in that order. Just add a little bit of Tombow underneath. Give that a minute to dry. That looks fun. I think we'll add some dimensional adhesive under that as well. And then we'll just slide that up under the banner. And the last thing I'm going to do, just to mimic the rounded edges here, is I'm going to go ahead and round the edges of my card. I think I'm going to use the 1/4 inch setting. That looks much better. So that's our card for today. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching and have an awesome day. Bye-bye.